far too easy to let self-care fall by the wayside when life gets hectic. The holiday season is busy time central, so I'm showing up to take you by the hand and make sure you don't lose yourself underneath the wrapping paper and sugar sprinkles. I'm Karli Newman, and you're listening to Flipside of Midlife, a podcast for women in midlife and beyond who want to feel happy, healthy, and fulfilled. My passion is to help you explore this transformational time of life, prioritize your wants and needs, and make these years your best years. It forms the heart of my business, 823 Group Arizona, and it's why I show up here to dig into hot topics you care about. In the heart of my midlife journey, I found myself at a crossroads. I was happy in my professional and personal life, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was missing. I felt restless, but I didn't know why. It took me years to get to the other side of those feelings, but now I'm right where I'm supposed to be, connecting with other women in midlife and beyond. I became a wellness and life coach because I don't want you to spend years figuring it out on your own like I did. Start now, my friend. Let go of what drags you down, discover what lifts you up, and live life to its fullest. This podcast is one place where I share my thoughts, tips, and inspiration to help you live well in midlife and beyond. I invite you to join my email list at 823groupaz.com or at the link in the show notes to get helpful content in your inbox each week. It's not uncommon for women in midlife and beyond to find self-care challenging. Putting the needs of others ahead of our own was modeled for us growing up, so we've been carrying around the limiting belief that it was selfish to prioritize our needs. It's not only those societal expectations, but it's our personal interpretation of self-care that gets in the way too. Maybe when you hear self-care, you think of spending hours at the spa or some other option that requires valuable time and money. In other words, difficult to squeeze into a busy, gift-giving time of year. I'm here today to help you think differently about self-care. It's time to grab your journal, notebook, or favorite app and get ready to take some notes. I'll drop the time marker into the show notes and transcript in case you need to come right back here when it's more convenient for you to write things down. First, I want to share 2 thoughts with you. Number 1, self-care is whatever you define it to be. It's an individual and personal interpretation of what comforts, soothes, and rejuvenates you. Number 2, self-care is mandatory, not optional. For you to foster your well-being and live happy, healthy, and fulfilled, self-care must be a regular part of your life. With these 2 thoughts in mind, I encourage you to create a list of ideas that allow you to fit self-care into every day. If hearing that just gave you a twinge of overwhelm, don't sweat it. I have 15 ideas to get your wheels turning. I like to break my list down into time frames. It's helpful when I'm feeling stuck or I don't have the bandwidth to come up with ideas on the fly. It's easy to look at my list of options and choose one based on how much time I have. Take down the ideas that sound like self-care to you, then write down more as you think of them. And continue to build your list as you discover new ways to practice self-care. Remember, these are my ideas to kickstart your brainstorming. Love them or leave them. It's important to create a list that fits your definition of self-care. If you have 5 minutes or less, here are 5 options. Find a quiet spot, close your eyes, and breathe into your abdomen. Focus on deep inhales through your nose and complete exhales through your mouth. Look out a window. Notice as many details in the view as you can. Third option, stretch your body. Focus on any areas that feel tight or are holding stress. Give yourself a massage. Choose areas that feel tight or sore. Maybe your shoulders, your feet, your hands, your forearms, your upper and lower legs. And the 5th idea I have for you is to meditate. Whether it's a silent meditation, a guided meditation where you use an app, or if you're out walking and doing a meditation. If you have 15 minutes or less, here are 5 additional ideas for you. Have a snack. Do nothing else but eat it slowly while savoring the smell, texture, and taste of it. That, my friend, is mindful eating. Take a walk, and you get added benefits if you can do it outside. Another option is to search for creative journal prompts and write. A simple Google search for journal prompts will give you a multitude of options. Close your eyes and rest. Buy tickets or make reservations for something fun in the future. It feels good to have something to look forward to. If you have 60 minutes or less, get a manicure or a pedicure. Take a warm bath Light candles and use scented bath salts or oils. Again, you're tapping into your senses here. Read a book. And not a book you have to read, but a book you want to read. Choose a book that is selected for your enjoyment only. Get a massage or a facial. Last option I have for you is to enjoy alone time. 1 hour all to yourself. Do whatever feels right for you in that moment. That's 15 ideas for you, my friend, whether you have an hour or less. I know you'll be able to add many more to your list when you start thinking about it. I invite you to take a deeper dive into self-care with my Self-Care for Serenity virtual workshop. You and I will work one-on-one for 90 minutes to talk through your challenges, reframe your perceptions, and create a structure for your personalized self-care practice. You can schedule a time that works best for you at the link in the show notes or transcript, or by visiting the virtual workshops page on my website, 823groupaz.com. All right, let's recap. First, gently adjust any limiting beliefs you have around self-care. Then recognize self-care doesn't have to take up a lot of time or a lot of money. By having a list of ideas ready to go, you have what you need to create a consistent self-care practice. Why not thrive through the holidays by making your list and fitting self-care into every day for the rest of the month? You deserve it, my friend. Thanks for listening to Flipside of Midlife. I'd love to hear from you. What are your thoughts about today's episode or anything else related to midlife and beyond? Send me an email at Karli@823groupaz.com, or if you're listening on Spotify, use your mobile app to respond to my Q&A and poll questions. Wherever you listen, please follow, subscribe, rate, or write a review and tell your girlfriends to listen too. It helps other women find this podcast. And you know what? Midlife and beyond is better when we celebrate it together.